All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and maybe misunderstood forces shaping our world, data science. Let's figure out what it really is and why it matters so much.
You know that feeling? You're scrolling through Netflix and boom, it suggests a show that's exactly what you were in the mood for. How does it do that? It's almost creepy, right? Like it's reading your mind?
Or how about this one? You're driving and Google Maps suddenly tells you to take a weird detour. You do it and later find out you just dodged a massive traffic jam that was just starting to form. How on earth is that even possible?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not luck, and it's definitely not magic. What you're seeing is the powerful, invisible engine that runs so much of our modern world. Data science at work.
Okay, so that brings us to the big question. What is data science really? In a nutshell, it's all about making sense of the chaos, of turning mountains of raw information into actual smart decisions.
Think of it this way. Data science is the process of taking all this raw, messy, totally chaotic data and turning it into something useful, something that gives you a clear, actionable insight. It's about finding that one clear signal in a whole lot of static.
And when I say a lot of data, I mean a lot. The scale here is just mind-blowing. Every single day, we, humanity, create over 328 million terabytes of new data. To even try and picture that, it's like filling up more than 4 billion smartphones with data every single day.
So, who wrangles all this data? That's where data scientists come in. I love this analogy. Think of them as modern-day detectives. But they're not chasing criminals through dark alleys. No, they're chasing patterns through mountains of data, sifting through digital evidence to find clues and connections that are invisible to the rest of us.
Okay, but this isn't just some abstract, theoretical thing. It's having a huge, tangible impact on our lives right now. So let's get into some real-world examples of how data science is literally changing the world.
And let's start with the big one, maybe the most important one, saving lives. We're talking about healthcare. Data science is completely flipping the script on how we approach medicine, shifting us away from just reacting to sickness and moving us towards actually preventing it.
Just look at what's happening. At Johns Hopkins University, they have an AI that can predict when a patient's condition is about to get worse, hours before a human might notice. In India, Apollo Hospitals is digging through over 2 million health records to spot the hidden risks of heart disease. I mean, this is data science in action, literally saving people's lives.
And get this, AI systems are now so good they can detect breast cancer from medical scans with up to 99% accuracy. That's often earlier and more reliably than even a trained doctor. It's just incredible.
All right, let's shift gears to something we all deal with pretty much every day, travel. Just getting from point A to point B has been totally transformed by data science.
Think about Google Maps. It's not just a digital map, right? It's a living, breathing data machine. It's constantly pulling in real-time info from over 1 billion phones to see where the traffic is, predict where it's going, and then find you a faster way. Or Uber, that dynamic pricing that changes based on demand, that's a sophisticated model trained on petabytes of trip data every single day, trying to get cars where they're needed most.
And the result of all this? It's huge. Every year, Google Maps saves all of us, collectively, more than 1 billion hours of travel time. Let that sink in. That's over 100,000 years of human time that we get back. Every single year. Okay, last example. Let's bring it back to where we started, kind of, with personalization. I'm talking about online shopping and streaming, where data science has basically created a unique store for every single person. You know when Amazon recommends a product and you think, I actually need that. That is not a lucky guess. Their recommendation engine is so good, it's responsible for a whopping 35% of their sales. And Netflix, which we talked about, they save over $1 billion a year just by getting the right recommendations in front of you to keep you from canceling your subscription. Even Starbucks is in on it, analyzing data to figure out which new fancy drink is going to be a hit.
So, you've seen the power, you've seen the impact. And maybe you're thinking, okay, this is cool. How do I get involved? It's a great question. Let's break down a roadmap to actually becoming a data scientist.
Look, it's a journey, for sure, but there's a pretty clear path. You've got to start by learning the language, usually something like Python. Then you need to get a solid grip on the fundamentals, statistics, and math, so you can actually understand what the data is telling you. From there, it's about making that data come alive with visualization, and then diving into the really cool stuff, machine learning. And the most important part, you have to build things, real projects. Oh, and you'll need to know how to handle the data itself with things like SQL and databases. It sounds like a lot, but it's step by step.
But here's something super important to remember. It's a huge mistake to think this is just about coding. The technical skills, yeah, you need them. They're the price of admission. But what really separates a good data scientist from a great one? It's the other stuff. It's the analytical mind to ask the right questions. And crucially, it's the soft skills, the ability to tell a compelling story with your findings. The best data scientists aren't just number crunchers, they're storytellers. They make the data talk. So, with all that said, is this a career worth pursuing? Well, let's let the data answer that question. And spoiler alert, the data says yes, absolutely. Let's talk about the career, the future, and why this is pretty much as future-proof as it gets.
I mean, just look at these numbers. We're talking average global salaries easily hitting 6 figures. We're talking job growth of around 35% annually. And by 2030, the world is going to need about 11 million more people who can do this stuff. The opportunity isn't just big, it's absolutely enormous.
And don't just think this is a Silicon Valley thing. It's not just Google and Meta anymore. The demand is everywhere. Finance, retail, healthcare, hot new startups, you name it. They are all desperately looking for people who can find the value hidden in their data. Honestly, at this point, every industry is becoming a data industry.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty clear, right? The most valuable skills, both today and for the future, are all about understanding data. The future isn't something that just happens to us anymore. It's being actively analyzed, predicted, and built right now with data.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Data science at the end of the day is a tool, a ridiculously powerful one. It's this amazing mix of sharp logic and human creativity. So the real question isn't just, what can data science do? The better question is, what could you do with it? If you had these skills, what problem in the world would you want to solve? That's something worth thinking about.
Thanks for watching. If you learned something new, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more lessons.